Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Port St. John's residents are urged to exercise caution following heavy rains in the area. The South African Weather Service has updated the weather warning to orange, which is a level 6 for disruptive rain in the Nyandeni, Port St. John's area, as well as the Ingquza Hill Local Municipal areas. Gift of the Givers will be assisting people in flood-hit areas. For more on this, we're joined by Ali Sable from Gift of the Givers. A very good afternoon to you. Good evening, pardon me. Thanks for your time. I mean, heavy flooding has brought the entire town of Port St. John's to a standstill. What have you encountered as you try and assist community members who've been affected?
You know, we received frantic calls yesterday afternoon when the municipality officials, the mayor, disaster risk management, our corporate partners who have branches in Port St. John's called us and told us the storms is coming down, and within a few seconds, mudslides occurred in Port St. John's. You must remember, this town was hit just 2 months ago with heavy flooding. As you correctly said, there's a level 6 warning. Our teams in 2 months ago just did relief efforts in Nyandeni, Kumani, the OR Tambo districts, and Port St. John as well. We just finished delivering that aid last month, and yesterday we received a frantic call from the residents of Port St. John's once again to ask for our assistance. As I'm currently speaking to you, I just got off the phone with the Deputy Minister of Human Settlement, Minister Panchwete, who has given me an update as well. Some of the roads are inaccessible. Not all the families has been reached yet, that those who have been hardly hit for the current rains. The exact amount of figures is a bit sketchy. Disaster risk management and the municipality is trying to reach the areas to provide the data to us to deliver this aid. But as I'm speaking to you, 150 families have been evacuated. They will be placed in community halls. Thereafter, we will be assisting them. The urgent call at the moment from the mayor is hot meals for these families and mattresses. Currently, the power is also off, not because of ESCOM, but because of infrastructure that was damaged. Clean drinking water is essential. Because of the mudslides that occurred, some of the infrastructure has got blocked. So it's going to be a huge crisis. But we're just waiting for the proper to access the people that have been cut off. Thereafter, will be a clearer picture as to the extent of the damage.
Really, really devastating description that you're giving there, especially on the back of what happened 2 months ago. Speaking to something that is also a reminder of how severe the devastation can be. You say that roads are inaccessible and some families are also looking to be found. What are some of the other big challenges in terms of locating people who may have disappeared?
Okay, so far there have been no missing people reported or any fatalities, thank God to that, because in the last flooding it was quite severe. So, but the main thing is they are cut off from basic supplies. Examples, they are cut off from going to go purchase any food. They're cut off from any aid. So we can understand the panic in the community. So the main thing would be to infrastructure is working on that. The MEC of Transport of Roads and Infrastructure has in the TM to clear up the roads so at least these people can be accessed. If we find that the structures they are living in at the moment is of danger, they will be evacuated and placed in walls. As I said earlier, the Ministry of Human Settlement is informed. They are quite concerned as well. They will also be stepping in with their teams to see if we have to relocate these people into an area that will be a safer zone for them. But as you know, it's not the first time Port St. John's has been so hardly hit. I think in the last year, it's about the 4th time that this kind of disaster has occurred in that Pacific area.
Yeah, and also just, you know, looking at how many times this has happened in the area, it doesn't prepare the residents to also ensure that they are prepared should anything like this reoccur. That really speaks to a conversation that government officials need to consider. In terms of some of the other demands, what residents and community members will need, what would you say are some of those big challenges in terms of the needs at the moment? You spoke about a hot meal, but people may have lost their belongings.
Clean drinking water will be essential. As we know, there are many elderly staying in these communities. Medication has to take place. In terms of hygiene, there's many babies there. A baby formula has to be made. So in terms of hygiene, just to get clean drinking water, toiletries, food. We do find in situations like this with flooding anywhere in South Africa, some people do not want to leave their plots because they fear their items will be stolen, or they believe they won't be allocated another place. They will be staying in walls for so long. So the main concern at the moment is clean drinking water, hot meals, basic hygiene items, and of course, the most important thing at the moment, doing the assessments to see at the grounds whether they're staying, is it safe enough for them to live there. Thereafter, relocating these people. As I'm speaking to you, as we know, there's flood victims that was affected in Kumani 2 months ago. They are still staying in a community hall. Departments of Human Settlements has made a ground available for them. Disaster structures have been put up, but these people are frustrated. They're looking for long-term solutions. So hopefully all the parties can come together and we can avoid situations like this. Sometimes a basic thing as the cleaning of the infrastructure, blockage of drains, but as we know, this is the 4th time that has occurred. So hopefully, going forward, the municipality, this can be a learning curve for the municipality. When these kind of weather warnings come, they will have an evacuation plan, or the infrastructure will be better geared to handle this kind of devastation.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving us that update, Ali Sablé from Gift of the Givers, painting a picture of the extent at which the heavy flooding has affected Port St. John's, bringing it to a standstill.